to the brand that me and my wife has established. My wife's name is Mrs. Crazy Hands. That's my partner, and we established a Crazy Hair Salon, which is on 55th in Baltimore, and we also have an extension of the brand, which is a hair store called Crazy Hair Extensions, which is located on 52nd Street between Larchwood and Cedar, 507 52nd Street. And then I also just established another extension of the brand, which is called Crazy Records. You know, with a brother of mine, you know, he's a chief executive officer, co-chief executive officer, excuse me, of the Crazy brand, Mr. Man. And you know, we basically just we want to put on for our city, man. I'm fighting for a position for my family just to make a difference for them, you know. And outside of that, then I want to expand to the community. I want to uplift and build my community up, and then expand to humanity. You know, do philanthropy work and help people, you know, who just need help, man. They can't help themselves. That always been my mission, always been my purpose, and you know, I'm ready now.
Alright, y'all here today, you know, y'all shooting a video for y'all new track y'all just recently dropped. You know what I mean? So we getting some behind the scenes of that right now. So before we get into that, let's get a little bit more into your story a little bit. So you say you're from Southwest. You know what I mean? So what was it like for you coming up in that era? Like, cause I know Southwest was crazy, you know, back in the day, still is today, but just talk about how it was for you at that time.
For me growing up, like nowadays, the difference between now and then is more psychological. It's more mental than physical. Like growing up, it was like physical. You had to really prove yourself in every aspect. You had to be a man, you know, even as a young man. You know, I grew up around, you know, the JBM era, around, not even to mention names, you know, but I grew up around some men that were serious. So it gave me advantage when I got around, you know, the younger guys that was my age, because it's like, man, you imagine a grown man punching on you as a child, you know what I'm saying? And then I used to cry. They used to keep punching on me. And, you know, they said, listen, you want me to stop? You gotta stop crying. You gotta man up. You gotta take this, man. And in order for them to stop, I had to stop crying. And that's how I got tough, you know what I mean? And I get around my friends. When I used to fight them, I go through situations with my peers, it was no match for me because, you know, I fought against greater powers. I fucked up. Damn. You edited. You got it? You got this? All right. Where we at?
You said you was going against your peers. It was like...
Yeah, like when I used to go against my peers, it was uneven for them. You know what I mean? It was no match because, you know, I had to train them early on that they didn't have. And, you know, I want to say something, man. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm doing now with my children. Like I'm giving them the early proper training. And, you know, I'm old enough now and I realize, you know, what it is that I need to do, man. And I made the proper adjustments. And you know, I'm trying to transition, man, from the streets, man, and just get in a position, like I said, man, the win to do for my family. That's what it's all about. You know, if it ain't about money, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. You know, we already understand that philosophy.
So you ended up doing 13 years?
Yeah, I did 13 years, man. I went to jail. I had several charges, man. I had murder allegations. They charged me 2 attempted murders, 4 aggravated assaults from shootings that I was charged with, robberies, carjackings, drug sales. I mean, this is my criminal record, like, you know, the things that I've been charged for. And I beat the majority of all my charges, or I had them dropped, you know. Yeah, I had it hard, man. You know, my experience was, it was extraordinary to its ordinary. Like, I didn't live an ordinary life, man. I grew up without a father. You know, I don't know him. I know of him, you know. He didn't contribute to nothing, to who I am at all, you know, other than the motivation that he gave me for not being there for me. It gave me the motivation to be everything for my children that he wasn't for me, you know. So outside of that, my mother, you know, she was a hustler and a gangster. And I grew up in the projects in Barson Village. I came up in the I was born in 1981. I grew up in Barson Village projects. I stumbled, you know, through them stomping grounds for about 9 years to '89. My mother, she was in an abusive relationship with my little brother's father. He was a gangster too. He was somebody that I loved and I respected. You know, he was my influence I looked at him as a father growing up. And you know, I really don't want to get into the details of that because so many people is affected by that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the situation, you know, it affected me growing up because here you go, I got someone that I look up to in every way. Like, he was a man's man. He was a professional fighter, a boxer. And, you know, he used to always protect me. But when him and my mother used to go through things, you know, he would put his hands on her. And, like, I'd do anything. She'd go to put her hands on me, like, no. He's a young man, man. You talk to him, you communicate to him, but he wouldn't communicate with her. You know, so she ended up killing him. And I moved from Barson Village in '89. I moved in with my grandmother and my grandfather. You know, they was traditional. You know, when I was my mother, it was like every day was a holiday. You know what I mean? I did whatever I wanted to do. She bought me whatever because my mother was a games player. She was in the game. Like, so it was a hard transition to go from the projects to living with elders like my grandmother and grandfather. They worked. And it's just things I used to get so easily I couldn't get. I had to earn. I used to just, you know, my mother just giving me whatever I wanted. You know what I mean? But, you know, my grandma and them, they gave me what I needed. But if I wanted something, I had to work for it. I had to earn it. You know, and that's why I am the way I am now. You know, I don't want nothing given to me. Everything is supposed to be earned. Nothing given. It's not appreciated if it's given to you. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no work put into it. There's no sweat, no blood, no tears. So I lived with my grandmother and grandfather. I wasn't used to not having what I want. You know what I'm saying? So I returned to the streets. You know, I went out and I started hustling at an early age. Started getting high, started smoking weed, drinking syrup, taking pills, and next thing you know, man, I was just doing everything that I wasn't supposed to do in the most extreme fashion, you know, without even getting into vivid detail. You know, I've done everything, man, and I'm not proud of it. You know, I made mistakes, and you know, like I said, I learned to learn from them, and you know, what's more important than the mistakes that I made was the lessons that I learned from them, and you know, how I could use those lessons not to make the same mistakes.
Alright, yeah, so let's get back to this prison situation, man, because 13 years, that's a nice amount of time in somebody's life, man. So what was that experience like being in there and then transitioning from doing all that time to coming back home, and a lot of stuff is different from when you went inside, like.
Right. The experience, I mean, it was a culture shock because, you know, in prison, you lose all your rights. You know, I don't care how much of a man you are, you know, you can be everything that you feel as though you are, but it's consequences. You know, just like in life, you know what I'm saying? And in there, that's a small just representation of out here. So, you know, it's consequences in there. And, I mean, it was, for me, when I was young, I went to jail, I was 17. Get ready to turn 18. So
that's when you started your bid from?
Yeah, I went in jail, I was 17.
Okay. So you was a young man?
I was young, like, right, I wasn't a rapper. I learned how to do music in prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was inspired, you know, by the Mr. Mans and the Most Wanted and the major figures and the, you know, the Beanie Siegels. Like, these was, like, serious talents growing up where I come from. And, you know, some of them lived that life too, some of them didn't. And I was one of the guys who didn't rap, but I lived that life. You know, so when I went to prison, you know, one day I was in a hole. And they got this thing called entertainment hour. So while you in the hole, it's this guy, he sing R&B. So every night he would come on the gate and he would like basically sing. And he had the lyrical ability to like take you from inside a prison and make you feel like you was on the street, like you was released, you was free, you know. And I'm sitting in the cell one day during entertainment hour early that day. I had wrote a rap. So I come to the gate, so I interrupt everybody. I'm like, yo, he had to take an intermission. You know, he wanted to get some water, so he was rapping for like an hour straight. He's like, hold on, let me get an intermission. Go to drink the water. I step up to the gate. Yo, nigga, they like, what's up? I'm like, come on, big man. I like, no, I got something for y'all, man. I wrote a rap. They like, get the fuck out of here, man. You ain't write no rap, man. You know, he get finished his intermission. He drink his water, he come back. So I step up to the gate, and I'm telling everybody, I'm like, yo, I got a rap, man, I wrote earlier. I want y'all to listen to it, man. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. So they like, man, they think I'm playing. They like, Vay, come on, you don't rap, man. You on our type, you on our time, and you drawing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we trying to be on the streets. This dude, he talking that shit, man. We trying to write letters to our girl. Like, relax. I'm like, no, I really wrote a rap, and y'all gotta hear it. Normally, they don't give a fuck about your personal feelings. They don't give a fuck if you're the toughest. This is our entertainment hour. We all jump on your ass. You know what I'm saying? Collectively. But they respected me. And they, you know, they said, Vay, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Because I told them I'm not getting off the gate. So I start spitting. I don't really remember it, but I was saying something along the lines like, you know, if I don't knock you the fuck out, I'm going to stab you the fuck up. Something. I don't really remember. But it was like the first two lines. And they was like, oh, shit. It was just raw. Because my passion, you know what I'm saying? And they heard the conviction, what I was saying, because they knew what I was saying was connected to an experience. You know, so that's what, you know, made what I was saying even more relatable, man. You know, and touched their soul. And from there on, I just continued to write. And they inspired me. They was like, man, that shit was hard. And I just keep writing. So I was in the hole for like 9 months straight at that time. You know what I mean? I did even longer stints than that. Than almost 3 years straight in the hole. You know, 23 and 1. But yeah, that's how I developed my rap skills, man. I started reading the dictionary. You know what I mean? Learning bigger and better words, which gave me an extensive vocabulary. You know, yeah, that's how the rap thing came about, man. I used to listen to them. I went to jail and I just sat there. I had nothing but time on my hand, and I put that shit together. And now I'm here, man, talking that king talk.
So you basically became a man in jail. Like, you grew up basically in jail, then come back home. So what was the transition like?
Well, I became a man earlier than that. I would say, I mean, you know, age ain't nothing but a number. Looks can be deceiving. And big thing come in small packages like diamond rings, right? So I was a man early on. I learned principles. Like, what makes you a man is I paid my own. I had an apartment on 33rd in York at 13, 14. I'm paying my own bills. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I had my own car. And the reason why I done these things because I was out on my own. I left my grandmother's house. My grandmother was the type like, I ain't babying you. Like, you want to go out and you want to live on that side of the law. Like, you want to do what's not right, what's wrong, everything that I taught you, you want to go against that, then you leave my house and you be a man. And you provide for yourself. So I heard that, and you know, I had pride. I said, all right, well, that's what I'm gonna do. Like, to me, I think what makes a man is him being secure in his own skin. I was always comfortable in my own skin growing up. You understand what I'm saying? I wasn't easily influenced by outside influences, my friends. I was always the leader of the crew. You know what I mean? So, you know, everybody around me, 9 out of 10, they followed me. You know, or they was beside me. I never was a follower. You know. And like I live by principles. There's just certain things in life that I won't do, I won't say, and I won't allow to go on in my presence. That's something that I learned, I inherit from, you know, the older guys around me, because I watched them. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't listen to what they say. I watched what they say, and I seen the consistency. And, you know, that's what made me consistent at who I am and the things that I do. And I have values. Things that's important to me, you know, like family. My family, I grew up in a family structure. I was taught structures. So, you know, I'm just not one of them guys that just came out of nowhere overnight and, you know, I'm just trying to just rap and trying to show you who I am. I mean, I'm trying to explain to you who I am now through these interviews, but, you know, I'm not doing it just, you know, for the people, man. This is who I've been. It just so happened that we got the cameras rolling with me everywhere I go now, so you really get an opportunity or window into my world, you know.
Mm-hmm. So what year was it that you actually came home?
I went to jail in 1998, and I maxed out in 2011, February the 20th, So I did 12 and a half years straight. Really it was a 12-year sentence, but they didn't credit me for 6 months because one of the cases I was initially charged with, they dropped it. But I was sitting for other cases. So then when that other case got dropped, they recharged me for that case. And the time credited that I was sitting for, they didn't give it to me. So I ended up doing like 12 and a half years, 12 years and 9 months. So I always, rounded off to 13 because that's what it felt like to me.
So what was your process like once you came home? Like, did you get right into music or?
No, when I came home, I came home in 2011. I sat back. I used to sit in jail. I was the man in there when it came to the music. Like nobody could touch me. And I had a conversation with an older guy, one of the OGs. I'm taking a lap in the track. And he asked me, he said, "Damn, when you go home," he said, "what you gonna do with the music? I see you're nice, everybody respect you and they respect your talent. And I don't even listen to music," he said, "but listening to you, what I'm saying, I feel you. So that's a good quality, man. You got something going on." And he like, "But what you gonna do with the music?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. I'll probably figure I'll do something." So he's like, "So you don't have a plan?" So I'm like, "No, I mean, I'm gonna figure it out when I get there." He said, "Man, gangsters don't rap, man." He said, "You don't have a plan?" He said, "I thought you had, this was like a calculated move." Because, one thing about growing up, like the life that I'm living now, this is not for us. This, what I'm saying? My upbringing, the way I come up, like, you do things in private. You know what I mean? If you have issues with people, we have issues behind closed doors. It's not for everybody, it's not public. And, nowadays, people just say whatever they want, do whatever they feel. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's all so unorganized, man. And times are so totally different, man. Like, and if you don't understand the times, then you get drowned. You won't make it. When I came home, you gotta remember, I went in at a young age, man. I didn't have a license. I was a driver and I had vehicles, but it wasn't never the right way. So coming home, I wanted to do everything, the right way in the sense of, getting my life together as a man and establishing myself. I came home, I got married, I met my wife. Well, I didn't meet my wife, I knew my wife all my life, but we got reintroduced while I was incarcerated. She rode with me for about, I say 7 years. Out of the 12 and a half years that I did, and that's another reason, man. Like, don't nobody know what I've been through with my wife. A lot of people from the city, they have an opinion on my relationship, on the things that I've been through. I came home and I put a mixtape together. I did a mixtape called "What Happens in Vegas Stays in Vegas." I shot it down. I did maybe about 50 tracks down South Philly on I think that's 16th and Tasker, Wally's studio. He was the engineer at the time at Jazz Up Studios or whatever. And I was there every day. And I was recording like 3 songs a day. And I put a mixtape out. I did it, hand to hand, CDs. I didn't have no business structure behind it. I just was going with the flow, just trying to get some notoriety, let the people know this is what I do, because everybody know me for being in the streets. And know me for, doing what it is that I got to do to survive. But they didn't know that I had a talent. They didn't know that I had a change of heart with the direction that I wanted to go in with my life. You know what I'm saying? And so when I came home, it was kind of different because people were like, "You ain't no rapper, nigga." And I'm like, "No, I know how to rap." They really didn't want to listen to me. I mean, friends would buy it. People, would buy it, but it wasn't that interest that, that's building now based off my talent. It's not so much about, has nothing to do with my credibility, because at the end of the day, that's really not what it's about. You know what I mean? It's good to have credibility or to be sturdy or, live by principles and these things and that's what I want to be associated with. However, that's not the industry.
So I see that you real cool with like Leak Moss and ARM and then did you recently meet them, or did you? I mean, how you come across being cool with them like that?
Yeah. No, I met Leak Moss through an associate of mine. They were sellers, and Leak Moss had did time in prison, I didn't know Ab. And when I came home, my associate was like, yo, I got this celly that just came home. And I was already home probably for like a year and a half before Moss. So he like, you know, this guy, Leak Moss, he inquiring about you. So you know me, you know, I never been a stranger to danger. I'm like, you know, who was Leak Moss? I investigated him. And, you know, I listened to his music and the things that he was talking about, it resonated inside of me. Like I related to it, you know what I mean? He touched my soul. So I'm like, damn, I want to meet him. So he said, you know, they was having a cookout, a Goonie Gang cookout. And he was like, it'd be a good idea for us to slide up there. So I was like, cool, bet. I said, I'm gonna slide up there. I said, don't tell him though. I don't want nobody to know I'm coming. So, you know, I slid up there, it was just me and two of my homies. I got out. It's like 4,500 people out there that day. I mean, from like four corners, all just circled. You know what I mean? I just seen the strength of numbers, you know, and like I always say, I'm strong. And, you know, if who I'm dealing with is strong, or even stronger, and we connected, that make it stronger. So, you know, I want to connect with strong men. That's what I'm about, man. And when I went up there, I met everybody, some beautiful souls, man. And we built a relationship from there. Like we didn't even talk about music. It wasn't even about that. It was like, you know, I'm Vegas, man, and this is what I got going on where I'm from. This is what I'm about. This is what I represent. And, you know, the strength, and they represent the same thing. And we started building. I helped him in ways that, you know, I can't explain on camera. And likewise, this is my brother. It's serious. We connected, man. And it was nothing that I wouldn't do for my brother. Now, how I meet Ab, you know, when Ab come home naturally, you know, me and Leak Moss, we living for each other. You understand what I'm saying to you? We helping each other grow. We helping each other family. We protect each other in every way. So he tells his brother this. This is his blood brother, Ab. And, you know, naturally we get together, we connect. And there wouldn't be nothing that I wouldn't do for him, man. You know, I watched him do honorable things, man, that I can't discuss. And this is my family. I don't want nobody to get confused that, man. That's not about music when it comes to them. We do music, but that's my family. Oh, so when I get up to the cookout, right? There's 4,500 people out there. So, you know, man, I'm a thinker. The first thing I start thinking about, I seen the number. I said, I told Moss, I tapped him. I said, damn, Ab should get $4,500 on his books today. So that's 4,500 people out here, man. Look like, I said, how many people you think it is? He said about 45. I said, Ab should get $4,500 on his books today. Everybody should give up $1. You know, that's how I think. You know what I'm saying? Like my whole thing.
Yeah, so this is the time he was booked. All right.
Well, I wasn't booked.
No, I'm saying
Ab was locked up in boot camp. You feel what I'm saying? So my thing was, I seen the numbers, and the first thing I thought about was getting $1 from every individual and sending it to AR Ab so he can have $4,500 on his books. That's what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he got some money on his books nonetheless, but. You know, that's just how I always think, man. I'm always thinking ahead of the game, man. I'm trying to make a better difference. That's my slogan. I want you to use that too, fam, man. It's not about who's better. Let me say it again. It's not about who's better. It's about who make a better difference.
All right, man. Let's get into this new track, this new video we here today. Got a lot going on. I need you behind the scenes, so speak a little bit about what the people got, what they can expect from you moving forward with this song and everything else you got going on.
Well, I got the album coming out. I got an EP coming out. It's called King Talk. Basically, it's gonna be 6 songs, detailed description of, you know, my personal experiences and the things that I've been through, just to give people a better understanding. I got a documentary also coming, and it's just the beginning of something big. And I got I'm using this platform right now to introduce a song that me and Mr. Man got. This is the video that we got going on. It's a Philly anthem. It's a representation of where we from. We represent strength. And, you know, you know, style, substance. Like we have it all. It's a total package, man. This is what we're doing right today. At the end of the day, if we're doing the Southwest Anthem today, this is what this is for, the video shoot.
Alright, so plug your info, how they can follow you, how they can stay updated so they can get the music and all that. Plug all your info.
Yeah, oh man, I'm gonna give you the branch. The crazy hands branch. You can follow me at Vegaz Nevada 215 on Instagram. You can follow my wife at crazy hands, crazy_hands, which is a salon. You can follow us at crazy_hair extensions, which is the store that, you know, me and my wife has established. It's located on 52nd Street. And also, I just started a record company. It's called Crazy Records. And I have a movement. My bigger brother has a movement. It's called Major Change. It's a system. And you know, we just moving forward, man. All positive energy, man. You know. I can't wait, man. I'm just so excited.